And I always tell people, just don't be afraid to dive in, so you can just, jump in and figure it out. Whisper, for instance, has a number of developers, and a new developer comes in 2 weeks they're productive and writing Erlang code and getting stuff done. There are a ton of resources online, learning some Erlang, YouTube videos, Erlang Factory videos, and the conferences themselves, and it's really quite easy to just dive in. So that's pretty much it for the overview. I want to do a quick conclusions. There are a couple of things that are improving in Erlang that I didn't talk about, but I'm really excited about. Maps have been introduced, which cleans up some of the legacy records syntax to some extent, especially with newer code. And also, frankly, as I just mentioned, as Erlang becomes more popular and becomes more mainstream, it just seems easier to jump in. So you go on Hacker News, and there's like a bunch of Erlang articles, today on, in fact, Fred Hebert released an amazing book on Erlang runtime debugging, and it's actually, think about it like an advanced course on what I'm talking about with Epper and Redbug. So he's got a ton of tools that we've used a lot of those tools to debug runtime systems. That's on Hacker News. For the last 24 hours, it's been on the front page. So I think Erlang is becoming much more mainstream, and it seems easier and easier to dive in. Other things that are great about Erlang is OTP just forces you to make rational decisions about your architecture. Supervisors help you build a system that can survive chaos and crashes. Hot swappable code, which we use in I didn't get a chance to talk about, but in some of our uploader systems, which allow us to make changes to code where the system never goes down. Attaching to nodes, as I mentioned, the broadcasting facilities, and then and lastly, the Erlang community. So,